What's going on, guys? So I want to give you guys a little free watch list preview, something that I'm going to be watching for this week. This will be on my watch list all week until it triggers. And if it never triggers, then we never take the trade. But I just wanted to kind of give you guys a little, free technical analysis on a stock that I will be looking to trade to the long side if the market wants to continue. Now, the market has had a fantastic run up. And the stock that we're going to be looking at is Google. So what we want to kind of avoid right now is all of the high flying stocks. The stocks like Tesla, gravity is real, right? As we seen on Friday. The stocks like Apple, the stocks like, Nvidia and AMD, some of the stocks that, really broke out over that 50-day moving average and put in high after high after high after high. But if we come to a stock like Google, which is also in the NASDAQ 100, which is also heavily weighted, while the market kind of rest and digest, if we do have some sort of pullback, we still have a great looking stock chart here on Google, and it's never really broken out yet. So we do have that bottom floor of around $101, $102, multiple touch points down there between 101 and 103. As you can see here, just kind of going back to this recent low tick that we had here 2 months ago, or we bottom ticked at 101.88. You can see we put in a nice bounce. We got rejected, came back down into the zone. We bounced back to the zone, we bounced, back to the zone, we bounced. So one of two things is going to happen. Either we are going to start rolling through, which 115.95 presents a little bit of a scalping opportunity for scalpers, right? If you're not an experienced scalper, please stay away. 114 is the area you're going to want to cover that position. You do have your 50-day moving average at 112.59. Anything below 112.59 is a short position because, as you can see, each of the last 4 times that we lost that 50-day moving average here, and once we were already trading below the 50-day moving average here and was rejected, we came back down into that range of around 103, 104, 105, right? So if we do in fact lose 112.84, we can watch this to the downside to play back into this zone for a potential bounce. Or if we do finally lose these lows, we would be looking for a new leg down. However, I do think the market is strong. Bad earnings reports have been bought up. Poor guidance, no guidance has been bought up. We do have a big week this week with CPI numbers, our Fed. We got a lot of stuff going on, right? I live out here in California. I'm hearing nothing about, I'm hearing everything about monkeypox this, monkeypox this. So we've got an action-packed week ahead of us here. Could the markets continue to rip higher if inflation does come a little bit down here? I think we can get a nice little run up. It's kind of, there's a lot of people that are still a little bit bearish that, don't really want to jump back into the market, but it's times like this where next thing you know, it's 2, 3, 4 months later and the market is screaming high towards all-time highs, and you kind of missed the boat because you were always a little bit worried. So with that being said, what I'm taking a look at here for the long side is going to be the top of this range. This is a beautiful consolidation and distribution cycle that we've had here going back 2 months almost, right? So if we kind of look at this high here, we look at this high, we look at this one, and this one, we can see we've got a nice top range channel here, a nice line in the sand to the top side. We've got a beautiful line in the sand to the bottom, right? But keep in mind, anything below the 50-day moving average comes down to the bottom. Anything below this bottom makes a new low. But what I really like here is the way that this is setting up. Big leg down, followed by almost 2 months here of consolidation. If we can finally get over that 119.75 area, that would also be confirming the 100-day simple moving average, and we have room to stretch all the way up to 122. First area of resistance is going to be around 120, which is this upper Bollinger Band. These Bollinger Bands are starting to also contract here, so anytime that the Bollinger Bands start to contract like this, the way that they are, as you can see, it's starting to decline here and it's starting to rise here. As they start to contract, you know that you're almost getting ready to set up for a big move. Now that big move could also be to the downside as well, so that's why I wanted to put those levels in here. But what I'm mainly focused on here is, even if we do pull back, let's say to 114, this will remain on my watch list, right? As long as we don't lose the 112, it'll remain on my watch list for a back test here and a push higher. And as soon as we do get over this top channel here, going back to July the 8th, again, that price 119.65, 119.75, also over the 100-day simple moving average on the daily time frame. That's the trade I want to be in to the long side. This is the trade that can make you guys a lot of money. Again, this is part of the free watch list. that I'm going to put out for everyone. Now, normally I have a watch list that I do each and every single day for the next trading day, but I wanted to give you guys a little sneak peek of how I set it up, stocks that I'm looking at, and the type of technical analysis that you will get. Obviously, for those of you guys who are in the gold members, you guys will be able to talk to me live intraday as we're watching this price action play out in real time, along with all the real time updates. To everyone else, I'll see you guys all back on YouTube, and have a blessed night.